Hello students. Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn about Rhodes-Hurwitz stability criterion. Okay. So before going to know about the Rhodes-Hurwitz stability criterion, we need to know what is the stability of the system. Okay. So here whenever we know the term of the stability, then we can easily understand the Rhodes-Hurwitz stability criterion. Okay. So, to know the stability of the system, we need to understand what is the transfer function. Okay. Next, what is the characteristic equation? Next, what is the difference between poles and zeros? What is the S-plane? What is the stability? So, whenever we know all these things, then we can analyze the Rhodes-Hurwitz stability criterion very easily. So we know all very well that what is the transfer function. Okay, so transfer function is nothing but the definition of the transfer function is the Laplace transform of output to the Laplace transform of input at zero initial conditions. So that is the basic definition of transfer function. Here the transfer function will be in the form of TF means transfer function. Transfer function will be in the form of in polynomial equation, and this transfer function will be having both numerator as well as denominator. So in the numerator we will be having the polynomial equation, as well as in the denominator is also polynomial equation. Here this numerator represents zeros. Here the third point is poles and zeros. The first thing is we need to know that transfer function. Here this entire thing is nothing but transfer function. In this transfer function, numerator represents zeros, denominator represents poles. Next, what we should know, the characteristic equation. What is the characteristic equation? Here in this transfer function, whichever the denominator in denominator, whichever the equation is there, that equation is called as characteristic equation. Here in this transfer function, which is the characteristic equation? Characteristic equation is s cube plus 3s square plus 2s is equal to 0. Always the characteristic equation must be represented with the making equal to 0. Then this is called as characteristic equation. Okay. Now here we have represented here zeros and poles. But here to know the stability, there is no need to consider the zeros. Only we need to consider the poles, the location of the poles. It doesn't matter where the zeros are located on the S-plane. Only we need to consider where the poles are located on S-plane. This is very, very important to know the stability of the system. Okay, so here we learned about transfer function and characteristic equation. Characteristic equation is nothing but the denominator of the transfer function is called as characteristic equation. Characteristic equation must be make equal to 0, and here there is no matter where the zeros are located on the S-plane to represent the stability, to know the stability of the system. Now what is the S-plane? What is the S-plane? So here the S-plane is nothing but it consists one y-axis and x-axis. Okay, here x-axis represents, this is real part, positive real, this is called positive real axis, and this is called as negative real axis. Okay, so here this is positive y-axis and here it is negative y-axis. Okay, so here this is called 0. This is nothing but origin. So this part, this entire thing is S-plane. This entire thing is called as S-plane. Here this is positive. This is here. This, if it is nothing but it is margin, no. This is left. This is called as LHS plane. This is called as RHS plane. Okay, so right half of the S plane, this is called as left half of the S plane. Okay, so here to represent the stability, only we need to consider the poles, no. So always all the poles must be located on the left half of the S-plane. Then it is called, if the poles are located on LHS plane, then the system is stable. So this part, this entire area is nothing but stable. Okay, even one pole is located on RHS plane, then the system is unstable. So this part is called as unstable part. Unstable, this is called as unstable part. But the thing is called, this thing, origin, and this entire part is nothing but marginally stable. Marginally stable. Okay, so here first the poles, here all the poles must be located in LHS plane. So what are the poles? First we need to know that. Okay, from the characteristic equation we need to find the poles. Poles are nothing but factors of this equation. What are the factors of this equation, characteristic equation? Here the characteristic equation is equal to s cube plus 3s square plus 2s is equal to 0. So here if we take out s, then it remains s square plus 3s plus 2 is equal to 0. Now s is equal to 0 is one factor, and another one is s. Here s plus 1 is another factor. That means s is equal to minus 1, and another one is s plus 2, that is equal to s is equal to minus 2. So if we know the factors, that means s is equal to 0, s is equal to minus 2, s is equal to minus 1. So if we take order, s is equal to 0, s is equal to minus 1, s is equal to minus 2. So these are the poles. So here this is nothing but these are the poles. Now we need to represent these poles on this S plane. Okay, so here s is equal to 0, s is equal to 0. Here in this, this pole is located in the origin. So here I am representing again, here it is S plane. So here the poles, we need to represent the poles. Okay, s is equal to 0. Pole is always represented with the cross mark. This is pole, and 0 is represented with the circle. Okay, so here we represent the pole s is equal to 0. Here one pole we are representing s is equal to 0, and another one is s is equal to minus 1. It is left LHS plane. No, it is LHS plane and it is RHS plane. Okay, so here s is equal to minus 1. It is s is equal to minus 1 according to the scale. Here s is equal to 0. Here negative sign numbers will come, here positive sign numbers will come. Okay, here s is equal to minus 1 is the pole, and s is equal to minus 2 is another pole. Now this is s is equal to minus 1, and here s is equal to minus 2. That means here all the poles are in the characteristic equation from this transfer function. The characteristic equation which represents the denominator represents the characteristic equation. This characteristic equation represents the poles. Those poles are s is equal to 0, s is equal to minus 1, s is equal to minus 2. All these poles are represented in LHS plane. Even one pole in this characteristic equation is not representing in the RHS plane. Therefore these are, I mean all the poles are located in LHS plane. Therefore this system is stable. Okay, so based on pole zero diagram we can identify the stability. Similarly here by using RH criteria, RH stability criterion also, we can find the stability of the system. Okay, so how can we find the stability by using RH criterion? Now we see. So before going to know the stability of the RH criterion by using RH criterion, here we need to form the array of routes. Okay, so here the routes array is, so here it is basic thing, and we know all how to form the basic array. Okay, so this is equation a0 s to the power of n plus a1 s to the power of n minus 1 plus a2 s to the power of n minus 2 plus dot dot dot. That means up to constant we can take the polynomial equation. Okay, so suppose if we form the highest order of this polynomial equation is n, if we assume n is equal to 7, then we can make, if we replace 7 with n, then the polynomial equation becomes a naught s to the power of 7 plus a1 s to the power of 6. So by considering n is equal to 7, we can get this polynomial equation like this. Okay, so from this polynomial equation, this is called as characteristic equation. Okay, from this characteristic equation, we can form the Routh's array. So how can we make the array? Because here the order of the system is 7, and each and every S term is having the coefficients. So by organizing or by managing the coefficients here, in particular in definite order, we can make the array. So here s to the power highest, which is the highest order here in this, s to the power of 7. Okay, so taking s to the power of 7 here, and what is the coefficient of the s to the power of 7? A naught, and here we have taken a naught. So after this term, we need to jump to the alternative term, not next term. Okay, we should not consider this, and we should consider this term. Okay, so what is the alternate term to the s to the power of 7? S to the power of 5 is the alternate term. Therefore here, what is the coefficient of this s to the power of 5? A2 is the coefficient. Therefore here, after a naught, we have taken a2. Next alternate term is a4 s to the power of s cube. Therefore here we have taken a4. And next, what is the alternate term? This is a6 s to the power of 1 is the alternate term. Now we have taken a6. Like next to the, next alternate term, there is no alternate term to the a6 s to the power of 1. That's why we stopped here. Okay, next again s to the power of 6. Next order. So this is next higher order is s to the power of 6. So here s to the power of 6 we had taken, and what is the coefficient of the s to the power of 6? A1 is the coefficient of the s to the power of 6. Now a1 we had taken in the array. Now alternative element, alternative term of this term is next. We should jump to this term. Okay, so here a3 is the alternative term to the a1. Therefore a3 we need to take here. Next a3, for a3, which is the alternative term? Here a5 is the alternative term. A5 s square is the alternative term, but we need to consider as element in the array is only the coefficient. No, that's why a5 we have taken. So what is the next alternative term? A7. So here for a5 s to the power of 6, which is the alternative term? A7 is the alternative term. So here a7 we have taken. Only from this equation, from this entire characteristic equation, we have taken all the terms. How many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here also we have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in black color, which those are in black color elements, those elements are we have taken from the main equation. But here we have written in the pink color, no? So that now we have to calculate. So here after writing s to the power of 6, next order of the element is s to the power of 5. So as usual, after s to the power of 6, next lower order is s to the power of 5. So here we have written s to the power of 5. Then so how can we get this thing? Okay, so b1, how can we get this b1? So in any kind of variable you can write, not only b1. So b1, b3, b5, not only no need to mention like this. So you can write x1, x3, x5 like that. Okay, so here b1 you have taken. So I am calculating b1. How to calculate b1? See here, a1, a2. So cross a1 into a2 minus a0 into a3. a1 into a2 minus a0 into a3 whole divided by this thing. Okay, so that we have to divide. Similarly, so then we get b1. So now b3. How can we get b3? From this. So this term is over, no? Again we need to come from here only. This is the origin place. a1 into a4 minus a0 into a5 divided by, as usual, a1. Same thing. Okay, so like that b3 we have calculated. Similarly, how can we calculate the b5? Similar to before, like a1 into a6 and a0 into a7 whole divided by a1. Okay, so like that b5 we have calculated. a1 into a6 last term, a1 into a6 minus a0 into A7 whole divided by A1. So like this, we have calculated this entire row in this array. So like this, we have formed here in this array first row, second row and third row. So here like that, we need to calculate until we get the 0. So up to s to the power of 0, we need to calculate the array. Okay, so let us take case 1. Now we calculate the, taking an example problem, case 1. Okay. So here, now we are going to calculate, this is case 1 problem, determine the stability of the following characteristic equation. The characteristic equation is nothing but 3s to the power of 4 plus 10s cube plus 5s square plus 5s plus 2. So here, by taking this characteristic equation, we need to calculate the stability of the system. Okay, so here first of all we need to form the array. So to form the array, as usual, this is case 1 problem, case 1. Okay, so here in this polynomial equation or characteristic equation, what is the highest order in this polynomial equation? S to the power of 4 is the highest order. Therefore, we are writing s to the power of 4 is the here order of this array. Okay, so first order of this characteristic equation is s to the power of 4. What is the coefficient of this? 3. And alternative term of this alternative term is what? 5. So here we need to jump to this 5s square. Now 5s square, that means s square is the next alternative order of the system. No, so here the coefficient is what? 5. So next alternative term is what? Here 2. Okay, now so next lower order is s cube. So here for s cube, what is the coefficient in this s cube? For this s cube, 10. After that, we need to jump to the alternative number. So what is the coefficient of this? 5 again. So here next alternative number, there is no alternate number. Therefore, we are writing here as 0. If there is no alternative number, we need to write as 0. Now, as usual, now we are going to write the s to the power of, s square. So for taking s square, don't take for s square 5. Okay, coefficient is there, no 5. We should not take. Now we need to calculate the elements of the array. Okay, so here how to calculate here means, here this first we have to take. Okay, 10 into 5. Okay, minus this we have to take. Okay, 3 into 5. What is the 3 into 5? 50. Okay, so here which element we need to take in the denominator? 10. Okay, so here 50 minus 15 by 10. So here this is 35 by 10. So what is the element here? 3.5. So here 3.5, we get 3.5. Okay, so next for that, next element is how to calculate? Again from this to this. So here to calculate next number, 10 into 2 minus 3 into 0 by 10, that is equal to 20 minus 0 divided by 10. So is equal to 20 by 10, that is equal to 0 cancel 2, it remains 2. So here I am taking 2. Now to calculate third element, nothing is there here. There is no element here. So directly we can take 0. Okay. Next, so after s square we need to find s to the power of 1. Okay. So s to the power of 1, again 3.5 into 5. So to calculate 3.5 into 5. Okay. So 3.5 into 5 minus 10 into 2. 20. 10 into 2 whole divided by, but which number we have to take here? 3.5. So here 3.5 So 3.5 into 5, 5 is 25, 2.17.5, okay, minus 20 by 3.5. So here minus 20, here 2 minus 2.5 by 3.5 is the answer. Okay, minus here minus no, minus 2.5 by 3.5. Now after that here this is over, no, this is over. Now this for this 0 0, okay, here it comes 0, here comes 0, s to the power of 0. So s to the power of 0 means here we need to calculate this thing, okay, 2.5 by 3.5 into 2 minus 3.5 into 0, 3.5 into 0, 3.5 into 0 by, so 3.5 into 0, okay, whole divided by 2.5 by 3.5, okay, this is minus. Now here this becomes 0, this becomes 0, so here it cancelled, now it remains 2, okay. So here like this we formed array for this characteristic equation, okay. So here how can we find whether this characteristic equation or the system is stable or not by using this Routh's array, stability array? How can we find the stability? So here this is very important thing. In this, see here number of columns are there. How many columns? Number 1, number 2, number 3, okay. Here 3 columns are there, but here in this array we need to observe only the first column of the array. So in this first column of the array the numbers, the elements are 3, 10, 3.5, minus 2.5 by 3.5, 2. Here in these elements we have to observe any sign changes are there or not. So here sign changes are nothing but here 3 is there, but is there minus? No, there is no sign. Here there is no sign. Here there is no negative sign. Here there is negative sign. Here there is no negative sign. Okay, sign changes means if there is no negative sign means here we can take it is as a plus. Okay, so here positive to positive, no sign change. Here positive to positive, no sign change. Here positive to negative, that means positive element to negative element. Okay, so until then there is no sign change. So first for 3 positive sign is there, for 10 positive sign is there, for 3.5 positive sign is there, for 2.5 by 3.5 negative sign is there. So here one negative sign change, 1 from 3.5 to minus 2.5 by 3.5, one negative sign change. One sign change is there. Then next minus 2 plus. Here only 2 is there means here plus is there, no? So minus 2 plus. So again here sign has changed from minus to plus. Here plus to minus sign has changed. Here minus 2 plus sign has changed. Therefore, it is second sign change. Now, how many number of sign changes are there? How many sign changes are there here? 2 sign changes are there in this column, in this array. Okay. So, number of sign changes. How many sign changes? Number of sign changes or 2. So, it's equal to 2 sign changes are there. That means based upon these sign changes, we can say whether the system is stable or unstable. So, if the number of sign changes are there means here 2 poles are there. 2 poles are there in RHS plane. That means right half of the S plane. Number of sign changes represents not the stability. Number of sign changes represents the instability. If there are any sign changes, then the system is unstable. If there are no sign changes, then the system is stable. Remember this. If there are no sign changes, then the system is stable. If there are any sign changes, then the system is unstable. Therefore, here 2 sign changes are there, those sign changes will be located on RHS plane. When the poles are located according to stability theorem, when the poles are located on RHS plane, then the system is unstable. Therefore, the system here, based upon this characteristic equation, here the system is unstable. So this is important. So this is case 1. Case 1 is problem method 1. Thank you.